this? Do I want to enter the digital world? What the hell does that mean? Okay, that kind of sounds interesting. Yes or no? How about yes? Whoa, this is funky. This is just like Digimon World DS. Maybe if I review it, I can get out of here.
Digimon World DS is a role-playing video game, which for the Nintendo DS, and it was released on June 15th, 2006. Now, the developers are Bandai Namco Entertainment. Well, we'll just say Bandai for the most part. And I just finished recording this Let's Play not a while back, and it was also one of my favorite games, of my top 5 DS games, and it still holds true to that fact. Now, you begin by being transferred to the digital world from your computer. Strange, huh? But anyway, you learn that they're getting humans to interact with Digimon to try to bring a better world together. But there's a strange force who doesn't think Digimon and humans belong together, and they're trying to break it up. So pretty much the story is you going along to, like, getting up your ranks and defeating the bad guys to bring peace to the digital world. Now, I'm pretty much going to talk about each aspect, of the game and what I think about it, rather than bringing it a long review. I think I will start with graphics, which is one of the easiest things to kind of bring up right now. They're okay. I mean, they're not breathtakingly beautiful, like Mystery Dungeon is, but for the game, it's okay. I mean, it's a Nintendo DS game, not a 3DS game. So what really do you expect from it? Like, the characters, the Digimon are designed really well, though. That's one thing that they've done really well, the design of the Digimon in battle. I mean, the Outer World sprites are okay, too. But I say their graphics best go in the battle scenes. Like, otherwise, it's morally okay. I mean, there's not really much I could say about it that way. I mean, even great games have their faults, and I'd say that graphics might be the biggest fault in this game. I mean, if there was more effort put in all the graphics in general, despite the Digimon battle sprites, then it would be a lot better, the game, and maybe higher up on my other list. Now let's talk about the sound and the music and such. That is definitely better than the graphics are. They have the music and the soundtracks appropriately placed, for the most part. I love the battle music when it comes to the boss. I mean, anytime I know I'm gonna battle a boss, I just get ready to go do, because I just love that battle theme so much, and I don't know why. I guess it gives you the feeling that you're facing a boss. And any game that makes it intense, right, that you're facing the biggest enemy or the hardest enemy yet, it's really good. Even though I've beaten them quite easy, it still is a really upbeat, well, not upbeat, it's a really gives you a really good feeling, right? That you made it so far that you're battling a boss. And the rest of the music is pretty good as well. They all fit their scenario. Like, if there's something intense going on, then they'll have the appropriate soundtrack for that. If something is cheerful and good, they have that appropriate soundtrack. The music's definitely had a lot more effort than the graphics, in my opinion. I mean, but then to be fair, music and graphics go to different standards. They meet different requirements. So, we'll just say that they both require different care, so I just thought that the music made more of the requirements that a music would meet than the graphics did for the graphics standards. That's the only thing I think. Right? I'm not a critic. So, someone else could say, Jazz, the graphics were breathtaking and beautiful. But, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of an example. But you know what? I'll go back on that later. I probably should have brought that up later. But anyway, I'm going to go on to another thing. The story. Now, the story is pretty damn good. I mean, there have been stronger stories, for sure. Mystery Dungeon. But anyway, I would say it is medium. The story, they thought the story pretty well about an evil evil essence, an evil Digimon going to separate humans and Digimon, and you gaining your ranks and going and defeating the source of the evilness. Now, it has a pretty good story. Just one, like, I only have one problem with it, which could have made it great. Almost great, like Mystery Dungeon. It wasn't really well built up. You see, for a majority of the story, you're training, you're gaining your ranks, and that's pretty much it. It would be a terrible thing if not for one thing, though. Each of those areas have their own little story to it. Like, before you go, by the time you're in the silver rank, you gotta help a Digimon. Now, I forget the name. I always forget the name, but this Digimon you have to help make him realize who he is. So, maybe I am missing something here, now that I think back on it. It's weak in the point where the biggest conflict in the story comes at the end, but there are many storylines through the whole game. Then eventually you get to the main point of the story. But it's still, for me, it's medium, parkour. Like, everything doesn't have to do with the main climax. And it would have been really great if it 100% was. But if someone down below thinks otherwise and sees something I'm missing, please let me know. I would love to know your opinion. Challenge. Now, I will be honest, I use codes to help me level up, to help me avoid some battles, so I wasn't playing at its full challenge. But, really, without those codes, it would take me a long time to grind, and I'd be going through a lot of battles. Because you earn items and money each time, so I just couldn't run. If I get into a battle, I battle. Right? So that's the reason I put that code on there, for I wouldn't OCD out the battle system. But what I mean is, the game has a very decent challenge. It's a decent challenge enough to raise the levels of your Digimon. And think about it, without that code, if you didn't get the right evolution and you had to de-Digivolve back, you'd have to train all over again. And that's just the training aspect of it. Now, each boss, with training legitimately and fairly, would be really hard to beat, unless you waited hours before going into that battle till you raised your level quite a bit on your own. But the bosses are legitimately tough. And trust me, I'm not going to spoil it for you too much, but I went into the final battle when I was recording the LP, thinking, oh my god, this is tough. I remember how tough this was and so much, right? I'd played it before. I literally lost several times before I was able to beat him. I walked in it and I beat him quite easy. But the point is, he was challenging. The final boss was challenging before. It's just I had a really high-powered Digimon on me. It's the reason I won easily. And because I used code. Don't take this game for a fool. It is tough. I mean, there's a lot you have to go through to gain your ranks. You have to take your time to raise the Digimon. You have legitimately good boss battles. It's a pretty, I'd say, a mild hard. It's a funny rating, but it's a mild hard challenging game. It's really hard because of the raising aspect in the boss battles, but it's something that you could probably, like, if you play Pokemon a lot, and you're good at grinding, this may not be too challenging of a game. And, like, I mean, it's a little bit more of a challenging game, but not much. So, I'd say that the challenge is pretty good, pretty much fair. Now, finally, replay value. Yes, it has a replay value for sure. After you're done in the main story, which I never recorded yet, I am going to get back onto that, I promise. I have a lot of other projects I'm making, but forget that. You can get more Digimon, raise them, take on quests in your Digifarm, do things to get items, and enter tournaments, and there's a lot you can do after this game that gives great replayability value. If you don't focus on a lot of the mini quests that Digimon give you at the beginning, then an after game is a great time because you have all the time in the world. It's something that you can replay a lot and enjoy at the same time. Now, I believe back to what I was trying to say. There was something else I wanted to say. Oh boy. I was going back on the graphics. Alright, yes, the graphics. Now, before I end this off, I'm going to bring a point to what I was trying to say before, but I thought I would stick to the point. Now, I know I gave the Rugrats Search Rectar a decent graphic review, but I'll admit back then, I was a little off, but I still kind of stand by it. You see, yes, the Digimon World DS is a DS game, but still, the Rugrats Search for Reptar PlayStation-wise was pretty decent graphics for a kid's game. And for its time, it was, I mean, there's been better, yes, but it was decently good, right? And a majority of it was. The items looked real. I mean, the controlling wasn't good, but the graphics looked pretty good in my opinion. And I'm not saying that this one isn't at all. It's pretty good, like, okay. But if you compare the Rugrats Search for Reptar for its platform and time, and this one for its platform and time, Rugrats definitely kind of wins. I mean, no, these graphics are better than Rugrats are now. Don't get me wrong. But in the time zone of where it was good for its time zone. So, yeah, that was the point I was going to get to. Anyway, I would say this game gets maybe an 8.5 out of 10. The graphics could be better. And that's the biggest thing that threw me off. But it is a really decent game. Almost perfect. Well, like 15 points away or whatever from perfect in my point of view. So I really recommend you check it out. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!